ส Hello. Welcome. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late today. I went down and grabbed some. I went down to the wet market and grabbed some food, and then I was like, oh my god, it's time. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for coming. Hello. We are continuing Ace Attorney investigations. Welcome. Oh my god, this is so... I know what I should do and I shouldn't do. But, you know, I have my meal with me again. Because I'm sure that I could live without breakfast! Yeah. What if I... Oh yeah, my headphones. I don't know why, but I always forgot my headphones. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We are continuing, so yeah, let's go. I'm gonna eat and play at the same time for the time being. I had such a good sleep, so I hope you had a good sleep too. I didn't dream at all, actually. I love the sleep that I don't dream, you know. It's very good for your sleep cycle. Oh my god, this is spicy. This is spicy, and I don't really do spicy food. But it looks so good. I ordered it. I told her not to do too spice. It's so spicy. That was fast. So spicy. Why is it so fast? Why did it get on the news so fast? Yeah, to be anywhere without your memory seems to be very, very bad. I really like the songs. The BGM is so good. You can just say K is important, you know, edgy. You don't have to be like, we're acquainted, whatever. Yeah, right. How would I track her down? It's so spicy, but it's so good. Thai food can make people very, very, how do you call it? Like, it's like you hate it but you love it at the same time. It's like a love-hate relationship. I love Thai food though. I mean, this is the first place that you should look. Yep. Hey. Push and fell. So spicy. I'm not sure if I can finish the rice or I can finish a pork. Oh, it's a unicorn. Oh my god, it's so It's so spicy. Yeah, unicorn have no wings. Contradictions. See the griffin. Oh no, it's not. Griffin is supposed to be the head of a lion, right? Wait. I'm trying to finish my food. They gave me a lot of rice. She gone. Okay. I have... It's so spicy, I'm crying right now. But it's so good. I almost forgot that he loves you, Samurai. What? The last. Okay, I'm done. Oh my god, really? Hi. Okay. Don't mind me. I was just lying in wait. That would make you a criminal, okay? Perhaps you meant to say laying low. Yes, that. Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on a suspect taunting the site of her supposed crime. Surely you understand that, even in your current state, on top of which, while you've been playing hide-and-go-seek, I've been worried sick and frantically trying to find you. Are you mad at me? Of course I am. Now, what are you thinking coming back here? Did you think your amnesia would accuse your recklessness? No. I came to try and help you get your badge back. What? I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could. Hey. There's one thing you haven't lost, you know, your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. I couldn't be more certain now that you are the K I know so very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless, you hear me? I'm sorry. Seriously, Miles, you're killing me here. You were banking good guy points and then you went and blew it by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad to see you're safe. Come on, bring it in. Okay. That's a spirit. Not now, Fender. Jeez, I was just trying to lighten the mood. Live news now from the big building where a shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continue their hunt for a young woman known to have been present at the scene. She is considered a prime suspect, and police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her down. Good, Mama. They're not messing around, huh? I can barely use my tongue. Well, gee, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down and fast. Indeed, it's only a matter of time before they find us. Ooh, it's so spicy. Alright, first things first. Okay, you're sticking with us from now on. Capiche? But I've caused you so much trouble already. You can hardly make things worse for me at this point. Mr. Edgeworth. Then it's settled. We're in this together like the Three Musketeers. Miles here will be in charge of proving Kay innocent. And I will, believe me. So I'm gonna need you to do everything you can to help him with his investigating, okay, Kay? Yes, of course. Great, now, we're gonna move quick. Can't be getting backed by the boys in blue before we've even started. You two may not have any more to lose. But your Uncle Eddie sure does. Gregory would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down. Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll ever really know. Okay. I hope I've been of help to you so far. I came back here because I thought it might jog my memory. How about we go over what you remember one more time? Okay, I was standing under a tree, sheltering from the rain. Then I saw a person in red raincoat, and then they pushed me. Can you remember anything specific about the person in the raincoat? I'm sorry, I just can't recall anything. Oh, but there's one thing. I can see the moon over their shoulder as they come closer and closer. The moon? Yeah, it's all very fuzzy, but it wasn't the exact same place it is right now. But You cannot see the moon if you see the man on the opposite side, floating out there above the cherry blossoms. So the moon was visible over the mysterious figure's shoulder. That's new information. I should keep it in mind. I keep feelings like there's some just on the edge of my memory. There is? It could be the clue we need. Alright, just let it flow to the top of your mind and say whatever comes to your thoughts. Alright, I'm seeing a very faint, but I'm seeing a small restaurant. Just a counter and some seats, and there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup, not too thick, and it tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. They're firm, but not too firm. And that's when a thought crossed my mind. I'm going to order another bowl. A captivating memory, but sadly, one that has nothing to do with the case. You used to say you were the second great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw dedicated to stealing the truth. Do you really not remember any of that? Oh! I think you were right, it was a noble. Not a noble, a noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. Oh no. That's alright, I wasn't offering it to you anyway. What? You like pens, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Not particularly, no. Still, you always seem to have one on you. It's a part of my job, I'm afraid. And this one is also a piece of evidence. Oh, so you carry things you don't like around as a form of willpower training? That's not it at all. I was carrying this, wasn't I? I'm sorry, I don't remember anything about it. Nothing at all? Even the tiniest clue could help. Alright, let's see. I think I might have just grabbed it on reflex when whatever happened to be happened. There's a saying, right? A falling person will clutch at a straw? What's the matter? You're making a strange face. I don't want to dissuade you from trying, but please, I need to think a little more before you speak. I understand. Okay. It doesn't... What? But it doesn't match. What? Thinking back over what Kay just said. The person in a raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the stand. She also said that she could see the moon over his person's shoulder, but when we checked just now, the moon was in a different location than expected. Yet Kay claims it's currently in the same spot in the sky as on the night of the incident. This throws the position of the moon and person in raincoat out of alignment with her story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, if she really had been pushed over the railing, she would never survive the fall. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. Oh my god. You may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over that railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale. But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing, isn't it? Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole. The ground can just open up like that? How? My bad. Not a joking matter. Sorry, kiddo. But it may also be closer to the truth than you think. Fender, let's take another look at the ground in the area. There's a chance we might have missed something. Can't believe this thing's made the news already. How did they do it, huh? Hey, think they're filming us from a chopper up there right now? Go check the TV for me, Mazarino. Need to make sure they're catching my good side. Now, at a time like this? Oh, which would suggest that she was pushed the railing is chest high. Kay couldn't have fallen over the railing. So where did she fall? There must be a clue around here somewhere. Let's scout the scene. What's this? Looks like a service hatch. Kay, do you think you might have fallen down here instead? Yeah, you'd never be as clumsy as that. I'm sorry, I just can't say one way or the other. I'm sorry, I just can't say one way or the other. My bad, kiddo, just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know. I don't? Never? Well, maybe not never, if I told you to leave lyrically into my arms. Fender. Chill, Mazzarino. Where's your sense of whimsy? So, never then. Ouch, talk about a deep cut. The ground here is covered with cherry blossoms. Even though the tree's not in full bloom yet, the strong wind up here is blowing the petals right off. It would have been nice if they thought to tidy up just a little though. I think that's it. What should I do? Or is it the stand? As you can see, they're still hard at work up on the 50th floor. That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds a disciplinary hearings, correct? That's right, there have been people walking by the windows all evening. This is one serious investigation. Well, this doesn't make our chances of getting out of here with Kay any rosier. We'll have to find a way to slip past the press. I'm a cool and mysterious customer, Mazzarino, but I'm no spy. Maybe we can use him as a decoy if things get separate. If things get desperate. Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me. Okay. As you can see, there's still hard to work up on the 15th floor. That's why the committee... That's right! There have been people walking by the windows all evening as one serious investigation. Okay, the reporter's right. You can see people moving around. Wait, something's very wrong with this picture. And I can use a certain piece of evidence to help me deduce exactly what. What? The clock? There's a contradiction here, hiding in plain sight. Eureka! Question, how many floors does this building have? Easy, 50, right? Kinda ironic, just a few feet above where the committee works its ugly little schemes. It's a place where starry-eyed young romantics come to wish for everlasting smooshy times. But then, what's that dark space above the 50th floor? The gloomy underbelly of love? Wait a minute. Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform. But it actually appears to be located one floor below that. Clearly contradicting the supposed facts. Maybe whoever wrote the pamphlet made a mistake? Somehow I don't think so. Call me crazy, but yes, there appears to be a hidden 51st floor. What? Wow, and that's where they keep a gloomy underbelly of love? Ah, my heart, you didn't need to take it quite so literally, Kay. Good, then perhaps we can take this more seriously instead. Come on, you have met me. Have you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done. It'd still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes. Does it connect? How has a whole floor between the 50th and the viewing platform remained undetected all this time? You got me there. Kinda hard to hide a set of stairs going up to it, if you ask me. That's precisely it. Things like stairs that are normally out in the open, going unnoticed by people seems a bit implausible. Which can only mean the 51st floor is no ordinary floor, and can be reached by ordinary means. Then we'll just have to reach it through extraordinary means, right? I don't know about extraordinary means. Maybe let's go for unconventional? Indeed, consider if you will, the hatch we found by the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of such a hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps? Hello, good morning! Good morning, good morning. Ho ho, a secret room. Now you're talking my language. Let's go take a look. Alright. There we go. What is this place? Look at all the stuff around here. Is it a storeroom? Whatever it is, I think we can safely say that this is where you fell. Go team! Strike one mystery off the list. Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. We have a red raincoated figure who can walk on air to account for, among other things. Hey, can't a guy bask in his success for a second? So we found a hidden storeroom. I vote we scooch on down and check it out. We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, Emma! Emma, what are you doing here? I heard about what happened from Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on. This is Emma Scott. She's a high school student, currently studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. The younger sister of the former superior of mine. We have also stood in court together. The detective called me up in a panic. He said, your batch fell off the big building and the K. Then that K was in a man's suit and hold it right there. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago? You're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. No, but not to do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting. Then you shouldn't be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene? Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language after all. That's not an actual language, Emma. Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she? Ow, shucks. Isn't that sweet, K-Meister? Your little friend is worried about you. Oh, yes. Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Miss Edgewood. Hey, very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around, I'll have you know. A defender, attorney at law, and a senior partner at Edgeworth and Cole Law Offices. Edgeworth. So you are his assistant? Wait, attorney? Since when were you a defense attorney? I'm not. To say it's complicated is an understatement. Let's not sweat the details for now, yeah? First things first. But an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Really? Oof, it's like I'm not even here. What is this, some kind of weird experiment? Perhaps we should head down below. I'll explain that. I agree, the police could be here any minute. And who's this? I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go. Oh, alright, but you better explain yourself, Mr. Hot Pot Pro. Attorney? Trust me, I'll explain that too. Ogre dogre doo, down the hatch we go. Oh! That's it for this one. Okay, we'll do another one. Should be an interesting episode. Wait. Wait. The bank just sent me an invoice or something. Yeah. Oh well. I'll look at it later. April 5th, 7:06 p.m. I hope it's not bad though. Is a dog and a grave down here. I can't see the nose in front of my roguishly handsome face. Watch your step, Emma. Ouch! I hit my head on something. Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. There's gotta be a light switch here somewhere. Bingo! This is... So the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom. Well, we'll need to take a careful look over all these items. Alright, Miss Edgeworth, you promised me an explanation on 3. I did indeed. Where do you even start? Wow, a lot's been happening, huh? What a case. It's not supposed to fill you with excitement. Seems you've gotten yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney. I'm not an attorney, or a prosecutor anymore. Well, whatever you are, I think it's time for science to lend a helping hand. Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me. Well, if you're sure. Are you kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make this all official. Good working with you again, Miss Edgeworth. And you, Miss Guy. And then there were 4, right. Everyone, let's get to work. I want to know where the elevator goes. Looks like it goes down? It's something we certainly want to investigate further, but we should look around up here first. Aye, aye, Captain. Let me know if you find anything juicy. I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind. Thank you, Kay. Emma? Ready, willing, and able to investigate with Edgeworth. Very well, then let's begin. Okay, so there's some fingerprints going on, I think. Scientifically speaking, I'd say this looks like some kind of wooden icebox. Yeah, the chains are probably to stop the cold air from escaping. I don't mean to contradict you, Emma, but this isn't just a box for storing clothes in. The wood is imbued with a natural repellent that keeps moths away. Oh, yeah, sure, I guess you could look at it that way too. But keeping your clothes chilled would be nice for a summer, right? Still not prepared to let go of that particular part of your hypothesis, I say. These are... What's the matter, Miss Edgeworth? If I'm not mistaken, several of the items on display here are pieces of evidence for old cases of mine. But what are they doing here? I think... Oh shit. Maybe this is where the committee stores stuff it's looking into. It can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office too. When a case is ongoing, yes, but once the last trial was finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct. Unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. And yet, here it all is. There's no point in trying to figure out the whys right now. I should take a closer look at it all. They all have labels. Labels with numbers printed on them. Exhibit numbers, maybe. You said they were all pieces of evidence, right? Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written by the items themselves, I guess these are prices. Yeah. Prices? I would have never guessed that. Wait, but none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it? The prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. I must examine all these in detail. They all have labels. Labels with numbers printed. Exhibit numbers. Oh, okay. Okay. A bottle of ink and a lantern. Both pieces of evidence for a previous case of mine. But why? What's all this stuff that's related to you doing it? It's not as if any of it was in my possession for any length of time, the duration of the case, and no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a coincidence. Seriously? A coincidence? I never thought I'd hear those words coming from your mouth. We must always face up to the facts of the situation, however strange it may be. Isn't that what scientists believe too? Oh ho ho, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in. This may take a while. A mannequin? Wait, I know, all thanks to my powers of scientific deduction, of course. It's evidence from an old case of yours, right? Not this time. I've never seen it before in my life. It doesn't seem to fit with the other items in the room either. For one thing, it doesn't have a price tag. So why is it here? That's a cute little doll. It looks kind of like Seal Samurai. It's actually the Iron infant, son of the Seal Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was born burned with the knowledge that he too would one day be called upon to fight for justice. I can't imagine the pressure that must have That must have put him under more than most people could bear. Yes, he's young, but you can sense it nonetheless, a certain tragic refinement. Mr. Edgeworth, are you even listening to me? Huh? Oh, of course. Not. Ah, isn't he a cutie? Look at this fluffy little guy. He's a stuffed animal we found at Gold Lake. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of that case. So how did he wind up here? Oh, but look, he's missing his left horn. He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least not as far as we ever saw. Defective merchandise, huh? Then we need to contact the manufacturer. I demand a recall. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? Oh. So this storeroom is actually more of a stockroom? It would seem so, much as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases? And who too? Who would even want to pay for all this stuff? Somebody, clearly. The price tags are proof of that. Wow, people really will collect anything, huh? Fascinating. That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it. Indeed, and look, there's an outline in the dust on top of the cloth. I'd say someone was probably sitting there until quite recently, wouldn't you? You know what? I think you might be right, but I'm drawing a blank trying to imagine what. Well, I might have an idea. A star-shaped outline. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? Really? Eureka! The outline in the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum. Exactly. I'll say there's a very strong chance that this is where our murderer took it from. Which would mean the candelabrum was evidence from another case? It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. The key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from the storeroom. It's a small bottle, ones I've seen before. Oh! That's all? Nothing else to add? Well, no. What more did you want me to say? Hold up. I've got to write this down. Mr. Edgeworth can turn even the most boring topics into something picturesque with his explanations. Yeah, next time try taking those kinds of notes in silence. Well... It's kind of creepy, all these masks lined up here in the dark. Not a fan of horror movies, I take it. No way! This stuff's so unscientific. I think you mispronounced terrified. Okay. There's a selection of masks arranged on the rack here. There's even a steel samurai. And what an impressively authentic likeness it is, too. The scientist in me is sensing something strange, though. A lack of consistency, you know. In the sense that the characters represented here feel a little haphazard, somehow. I don't disagree. There's even an empty space here. Yeah, just an empty hook right in the middle. Is somebody using that one, perhaps? Yeah. Eureka! Kay was carrying a Jammin Ninja mask when she was found, but it looks like it might have originally come from this hook. Scientifically speaking, it doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis, which would mean that Kay was really here? As you put it, not a crazy hypothesis, but why? Did you come to steal something, maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here. Because she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too early to jump to any conclusion. These are all case files from various murders. What? But why would they be in here? This should be safely under lock and key at the courthouse or the prosecutor's office, which would suggest that somebody removed them without permission. Something very suspicious going on here. I need to find out more. Yeah, Josh Gabel is very, very suspicious. That mask. That's global hero Onya Kopong. I don't know how to pronounce that. And why is that so shocking? You really don't know? Everything about the show is secret. When it's on TV, who makes it? So the merchandise is super rare. It sounds to me like whoever made it may have simply gone out of business. She's the only heroine the Steel Samurai series sees. I can say that again. I love the pretty princess. You watch shows like that, Emma? Of course, you love them too, right? Well, I don't really know all that much about them, but sure. Really, because I saw the Steel Samurai figure in your office and I thought, I can't believe Emma's seen it. Of course, everybody's seen it, Angie. It's a Steel Samurai and the Nickel Samurai. The Nickel Samurai always seems kind of pleased with himself to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just about being skinny and cool, you know, there's more to it than that. The Team Steel all the way! Hey, you've just gone up with my estimation, Emma. That's Captain Saipan. He's super popular overseas. Everybody loves dressing up like him, kids, adults, you name it. I find the flower on his head a little excessive myself. What TV show are these from? I don't know a whole lot about it, but I believe it's called The Students of Starry School. It's about an elementary school where the students are all superheroes. So their masks are modeled on sports safety helmets or something, right? And maybe the number of eye slits tells you their student ID number. So the one on the left would be number 1 and the right is number 2. I suppose it could be a yes. And that would be a ton of slits for the kids with the highest ID numbers. I have to admit to be a little intrigued by this show now. This statue. What is it? Got some new data for me? Not exactly, just some from a case I worked on, a piece of evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. And there were 2 of them, a real one and fake. Whichever one it is, it should be her of all places. An old case, huh? Guess you have worked on a bunch of different... What? Everyone's here. Gotcha! Caught in the act, red thing handed. Huger than a tomcat covered in cream. Yeah! My eyes. Stop that at once. You know, stopping my snapping until I got every damn detail in the sun. You think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get the shot thing again? We're not criminals. Yeah, sure, pull the other one. It's got bells on it. This here camera is a weapon of justice. It ain't about to be hornswoggled by your sheep denials. Oh, it's you. Huh? You are. Why? You're that low-down, dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't you? Who are you calling? Who are you calling? A low-down, dirty jerk. This is a lot of heart. A photojournalist by trade will cross paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. She's hard to forget and even harder to get a word to edgewise with. Quit making that face, will ya? That's a face of a no-good schemer, if I ever saw one. Seems I didn't have the best of impressions on her either. Well, it's payback time as a schemer. You ought to be thankful. All I want from you is a couple of pictures. But we're just here to investigate. Sure you are. If by investigate, you mean pull the wool over a lot of smile-wide eyes. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought she might listen to me. It didn't hurt to try, I guess. But we're probably better off leaving her alone for now. So, what are you all doing snooping around a fishy old place like this anyhow? I think this Atsu should be asking you that. Me? I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for little old me, of course. I'm what you might call a photographer for the people. Snapping here, snapping there, snapping every dang where. I'll just leave you to it then. We can talk once you've gotten it out of your system later. You said this statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right? It's pretty weird looking, I have to say. It's known as the Alfred statue. The what? The Alfred statue. But it says here it's called the Olive Red statue. Olive Red, Alfred, Olive Red. What are you muttering about? Oh, nothing. Let's carry on looking around, shall we? Whoa, that's one heck of a desk. I wonder who belonged to it. There are 4 male figures acting as legs, holding up the tabletop at the center. It's hideously cringy. And it doesn't even have a good decency to be camping up to loop back around. Is this from one of your old cases too, Miss Edgeworth? No, I can't think of anyone related to any of my investigations with such ostentatiously awful taste. At least, I don't think there was. Bunch of trophies and oh look, somebody's left a walkie-talkie here. Looks to me like it was put here deliberately, rather like it's on display to be honest. Hey, there are barriers in here too. It could be useful. Let's take it with us. Nobody in mind will use it for a little while, will they? I can take it to the police station afterward. Someone's starting to sound like a certain great thief. Ah. Piles of banknotes. Just left out for all to see, a little tasteless, wouldn't you say? No way, they're all $100 bills. There's a fortune right here. Oh. How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Miss Edgeworth? Please, Emma, I don't even want to think about it. This one is sold. What is that, giant head thing? It's the head of the great Mrs. Monkey. I remember the case well. But how did they even get it out here? Huh? Mrs. Monkey? That doesn't sound right. Are you sure you didn't get the name wrong, Miss Edgeworth, or misremembered it somehow? Yeah, don't be ridiculous, as if I've ever made such a mistake. Ooh boy, this whole experience isn't up to boggle a guy's mind. Mysterious storerooms, damsels in distress, it's got the lot. Could you at least try to take things a little more seriously, Fender? Hey, I can try. No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help Kay out as you are. She's safe with me. You go do your thing. It's not Kay I'm worried about, it's you. Wow, this is some sturdy construction. Thick floor plate, sturdy supports. At a rough estimate, I'd say it could hold 50 of you easily, Mr. Edgeworth. Except for the fact that it's nowhere near big enough. You say that and pack yourselves in tight enough, and I think you might just do it. I really don't think so. And anyway, we have more important things to be investigating. We can theorize about the elevator once we're done. Maybe you're right. Fine, 45 Mr. Edgeworth, 48 tops. Somebody bought it. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags along with a huge pile of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in judicial goods. Shady deals on a hidden 51st floor? This is big. It has to be, right? I think it might be, but we'll need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here. If only there was an eyewitness we could interview. An eyewitness, huh? Lotta. Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart? Me? I told you. I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for a little me, of course. I'm a photographer for the people. For the people? If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying out an illicit police evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom. Oh, so she's after a juicy story. Makes sense. What? How did y'all figure that out? Guess it means I don't have to tippy-toe around it anymore now. One of my sources told me on the down low about an underground auction. What? So all the items here were sold to the highest bidder, folks, who was slinking money around like was going out of fashion. Had to come see for myself, of course. Get eyes on my subject, you know. Should have heard the tales my contract was telling. Taller than 2 trees, or so I thought at first. Anyhow, wasn't about to write it up based on the hearsay alone. So yesterday I snuck in, slunk behind this here statue and settled into it. Bidding started late at night and carried right on through the break of dawn. So the auction and a murder happened on the same night. Coincidence? I like the BGM. Dirty deals in a secret storeroom. Talk about the story. Was there anything else on sale apart from the items of evidence in his van? Sure, there was regular old stuff too. Shady artworks from who knows where, that kind of thing. In what way are shady artworks regular? Exactly. But the evidence was a big draw for sure. Reckon they were selling them faster than the creeps could smuggle them out of the cop and prosecutor shops. And I'll bet you got pictures of the whole thing, right, Miss Hart? Well, you see, the main event was down below. I had to try and see what I could from up here. Haven't been up here since yesterday. I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish now. It was an underground affair, like I said, so folks wasn't exactly giving much away. All them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. Threw on mountains as soon as they got down the ladder, and that ain't all. That voice changer doodads on them, see, teeny tiny ones, dingier than a buck's behind. It's so you couldn't see their real faces and you couldn't hear their real voices. Surreptitious as all that. You mean surreptitious, right? And surely do, sweet surreptitude. Also not a word. Anywho, once they had their gear on, they went right on downstairs. And then, in came the next one. When it came time to leave, they all done the same but in reverse. Up they came again, one by one. Mouse back on the hook, up the ladder and away. Whoa, that's a serious operation. And how many participants were there? 11 altogether. I counted them when they come down the ladder. You stake out. I didn't just hide behind a stupid statue the whole time, you know. You didn't? Then where were you? Well, when I first got here, You know what? That ain't important right now. So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning. Anywho, I watched all them folks come in from my spying spot there in the shadows. I see, so you were watching them from behind the statue. They use that their elevator to get down below. And once it was all out there, I snuck up and took me a peek at what was going on. You mean the elevator remained in the room beneath? Yeah, they sent it back up. But there's a little peeky hole you know where to look. Elevator don't quite sit flush with the floor, see? And if you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang. Did you catch sight of who was in charge? Alright, sure, I guess I did. Ain't half so good a story if you don't get a glimpse of the evil ringleader after all. I wonder who this ringleader is. I'll have to ask her sometime. You mentioned a ringleader. Can you tell me any more about them? Y'all should know it came here to get me an exclusive. And an exclusive ain't much dang good if you done spilled the beans already. I see, so you don't actually know anything about them. You think that's why she won't give us an answer? Makes sense, I guess. You got me. Couldn't see if it was a man or a woman, a kid or an old-timer or nothing. What were they wearing? Wait, could you see that at least? Sure, white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the label. Them three things is what I remember. But what good's a description of the outfit I don't got a clue who's wearing it. So this ringleader disguised their identity too, just like everybody else. Yizuri! Mask, voice changer, the time 9 yards. They were wearing one of the masks? Which one? Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy. Zervan. Zervan? What kind of name is that? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, you've never heard of Zervan? His global hero, Onyan Kopan's arch nemesis. Who hadn't heard of Zervan the Time Lord? I think you might be better off asking who has. So, you didn't get a glimpse of their face at all? No, I damn well did. Which kind of scotches must be? This whole mess has been nothing but a snipe hunt. I should have never come. We know somebody who was dressed like that. Maybe I should try showing the evidence of his heart. Yeah, let's go. You said that the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower, correct? Sure did. Don't ask me why there was dressed up like peacock on a parade day, but there was. This is the outfit you saw? Well, holy smokes. It sure as heck is. But wait, so the big cheese is dead? All we know that is that she's a victim of the case we're investigating. Her name was Rosie Ringer. Do you know her? Nope. So the ringleader was a lady? Well, ain't that just a slipper and dang eel throwing me off with a man's jacket like that? I hardly think she did it to fool you specifically. But setting that aside for now, what's important is that we have discovered something vital to the case. Namely that the underground auction was chaired by none other than a victim. So somebody was bumped off the boss, huh? Then that's what was happening. What was happening? Oh, nothing at all. You just go on about your business, you know. No offense, Miss Hart, but that make you sound about 5 times more suspicious. Suspicious my foot. I told y'all it's nothing. And you won't get nothing more out of me than that. Wait, so there is more? How many dang times do I gotta tell you? It ain't nothing, okay? And I ain't saying nothing either way. You can tell it's just a little more. Pretty please. I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a news hound, a scoop hunter here. Exclusive articles go out, money comes in, that's how the game is played. Tell you more? Heck, I done told y'all too much already. Wait, what if I examine some fingerprints for you? Pro bono. What kind of cockamamie thank you is that? I'd sooner get a tooth. You want intel? You go dig it up yourselves, just like I had to. Okay, guess she isn't going to talk to either of us. Oh, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique that you find useful when dealing with difficult customers such as her. She may not give out the information voluntarily, but that doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to. Oh no, again. Let's start by observing our opponent. I ain't telling y'all nothing you hear. Now quit wasting my time before I really blow a fuse. As we've seen, she is very quick-tempered. She will try to cut the conversation dead wherever possible. I won't have much time to think, so we need to be swift and decisive. Miss Hart is definitely hiding something from me. So my first move is to discover what that something is. I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. Go jump in the creek, you big bully. Why should I tell you anything? You don't got nothing to do with me, nor me with you either. I don't have a clue as how to proceed in this line of questioning. I'd better try another tack. Okay, let's talk about this reasonably. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hart. Let's just calm down. I am calm, dang you. These ways, I'll be just as soon as y'all quit yanking my dang chain. That's better. Being a news hound's all about keeping a cool head no matter what the world throws at you, see? Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. She was very hungry. She was a very hungry young reporter indeed. A reporter with a very particular turn of face. A phrase similar to your own, in fact. Oh yeah, she spoke like me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. She was your apprentice. Her name is Tabby Lloyd. And if I close my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She was talking about you, wasn't she? Oh, so y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Where did y'all bump into her? She's a great kid, reckon. Wait. Oh, no, you don't. You weren't getting on my good side bringing her into this, you sneaky snake. Ooh, you nearly had me too. Interesting. Talking about Miss Lloyd seemed to make her lower her guard a little. I think we can use that to our advantage. Time to deploy my clue. I know your apprentice very well. I don't have anything to do with you. That's a little unkind, don't you think? After all, I know your apprentice. I know her pretty well, in fact. Yeah, well, I guess it does seem kind of cold of me to say that if you know her pretty good. Wouldn't want the poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's behind. Good, then you tell us what you know. Fine. See, it's like this. Got me a scoop. Wait, what am I thinking? Dang it, Lotta. You can't let him bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a scoop? Forget it. It was nothing. You have a scoop of some kind, don't you? How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't you? Now tell me what it is. Alright, I got me a scoop, a big one. But I can't just go babbling about it to y'all. I got bills to pay. She may be hiding something very important. I have to get it out of her somehow. We need to know the details of the scoop. She's quick to anger, but she's also quick to let key information slip. Now that we know that, the rest shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what else we can get out of her. This scoop of yours, does it have something to do with the auction? You know what? I clean forget, haha. Like you tried to infiltrate that underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing. Oh no. Do you realize you have nowhere to turn, don't you? Oh, quit riding me, will ya? The whole thing's a waste of my precious time. Oh shit! That's a big one! If you didn't hear a sound, nothing. Does that mean you did hear a sound something? Some during your time in this room? Well, see, it wasn't nothing really, just little noises all. Wouldn't even make page 16 forget I mentioned it. So something happened during the auction. Some that made a noise of some kind. This could be a valuable clue. Your big scoop involves some criminal in nature, doesn't it? Might be it did, might be it didn't. Which is it? This is important. Oh, alright, you don't got a hole at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful, nothing. Just snuck in and did some undercover reporting. I'll be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. An unlawful entry into a private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it is a crime. Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius. Ow, but I guess you as a prosecutor, how are you allowed to do stuff like that? Let's not mention the fact that I handed in my badge, shall we? Still, it don't amount to a whole hill of beans, right? There's folks out there that have done way worse. Murder for one, next to murder, trespassing, hardly nothing. So you scoop about a murder? From your muttering about murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with a homicide? Now, I was just talking all hypothetical, like, you know, about murder being a big one and all, and nothing worse than murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've heard in my career. Look, I done told you, okay? It's nothing to the auction, it's scoop to that. But murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. Scout's honor. Time to deploy my clue. You told me you heard something during the auction. You claimed it wasn't important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was a cry of murder victim. keep doing that. Alright, it's true. I wound up smack dab in the middle of a murder scene, but only by accident. And that's all you're getting out of me. Won't be no scoop left otherwise. The murder Miss Hart witnessed. It must be the same murder we ourselves have been investigating. That should prove to be a valuable piece of information indeed. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of her claim. I have her on the back foot now. Time to finish this. I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. I wish I could help you all. But I don't rightly recall the whole bunch. Ain't much I can tell you. Sorry, I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line. Oh, okay, never mind. There's something you're not telling me. Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's something you're not telling me. Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. I done spilled my guts already. Oh, this is hard. You said you wound up in the middle of a murder scene. Is that really true? You're calling me a liar now? Woo-wee, now I'm mad. Real mad. I'm a journalist. How am I gonna sell a story if folks can't trust that I'm telling the truth? I got me a motto, you know, faster than anybody, honester than everybody. A motto, huh? That could be important, Guru. I should bear it in mind. I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Time to deploy my clue. I can't imagine that being so vague on the facts is a trade valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty are what's necessary when reporting on a story. Well, see. It seems your so-called information is not credible after all. Look, there was a murder and I was there. I can't even prove it. You can prove it, can't you? How? I've got it right. Wait, you heard that? I was just talking to myself. Don't think nothing about it. She's still hiding something. This is a very vital clue. I need to use it to maximum effect. Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's some of you are still not telling me. Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. Time to deploy my clue. This one is easy. The last one was hard. I know you've been keeping something from me. And that something is proof related to the murder you witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you were hoping to sell. Ah! Dang it all to the heck. Give me a break, will ya? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want, right? Here, I just snapped me a photo. Happy now? You better be. And that's checkmate. Can't believe I let that happen. Betrayed by my own big mouth. Well, it happened, so it's time to tell us everything. I saw the whole thing and watched that auction from start to finish. But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures too. Yeah, about that. So, like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. There was all shouting out bits and somebody'd win something and bam! Down comes the hammer. Head on upstairs and pay. Shouts the old ringleader, and then the whole thing starts over again. Anyhow, soon as that happened, I had to think quick. That's when I ran behind that there statue with him. And who was it that eventually appeared? Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever plays the winning bid. The sweet, sweet sound of cold, hard cash. I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. The sound of someone counting bills, perhaps? Anyhow, the deal was you settled your bills up here. I heard two people yabbering for a little while. Wait, so two people came up on the elevator? You betcha. My guess is the other one was our friend, the ringleader. Anyway, yabber, on it goes for a little while, then scream. Well, it shook me out pretty good, so I hunkered down in a hiding place and tried to stay out of sight. So you didn't see the moment of the murder? Nah, but I heard it real good. You didn't try to help whoever is being attacked? Quit trying to be funny, girlie. It don't suit you none. I'm just a dainty little journalist on all alone. I think I was fixing to jump in and save the day. Dainty? Anyhow, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds right about when was happening. When that was happening, I got to feeling pretty bad about what I'd done. That makes sense, I guess. After all, you didn't. I didn't remember to get out of my camera. I didn't remember to get out my camera and snap even a single picture. Even a single picture. Scoop like that drops right in my lap and I miss it. Somebody ought to tan my hide. Anyhow, then a little more time goes by and there is this kind of clattering noise. I'm there thinking, gonna get a shot this time, and so we grab one real quick from the shadows here. Could we see the photograph? Oh, do I have to? Oh, here. That's the person in a red raincoat, the one who attacked Kay. So Kay's raincoated assailant also attacked the victim here in the storeroom, then proceeded up to a roof where they assaulted Kay. There's only one person in the picture who was a victim. Weird, huh? I wonder the same thing. Heard two people, but there was only one in the shot I got. And I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room either. But that's a killer, alright. Least ways, I'm pretty sure it is. So, are we saying the victim disappeared? How would you know it was a killer just by looking? Because they're literally red-handed with blood. How else would that get there? And the auction just carried on after that. Sure did. It just went right along like nothing bad happened. Rich folks is crazier than a box of frogs. I'll never understand that thing. Funny, I find journalists a struggle to understand as well. What? If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime, then you expect the body to have been up here at some point as well. Huh? Well, yeah. But think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction, do you remember? Of course. They came up from downstairs back through the storeroom and... Oh! Exactly. The killer could have had to hide the body in order to avoid its discovery. The question is, where did they hide it? Hey Ma, if you wouldn't mind putting your skills to work for me now. I'd love to. You just say what you need and I'll get right on it. Very well. Then I'd like to check for blood residue. A lumino test, in other words. Sure thing! Prepared to witness the power of science. I've never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before. Alright, how about we test the ladder over there first? Based on Miss Hart's picture, I'd say the person in a red raincoat was about to climb in and make their escape, which means there's a high chance of positive result. It is an area to spray sets. That'll spray a little lumino on it. And if it happens to land on some blood, you'll see it react like this. It still feels super raw to see it disappear like that. Anyway, that's a positive, but it's still fake. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely and made it feel that much more real. Anyway, I think you've got the gist of how to look for blood traces now, right? I'm sure there's still some more to be found, so why don't you give it a try? And that's how it's done. Done, done, done. Run, run, we run to town. Take a good look around and see if you can find some other places to test with lumino. You want to test here? Just spray some lumino on any place suspicious. We've got a positive. There's blood there. But how come? Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say. Ooh, it looks like someone dripped through to the floor below too. There are still places we haven't tested yet. Let's see what else we can find. You want to test here? Sorry, it's a negative. It is a negative. The body? Sorry, it's a negative. Careful with that. You can't go around spraying others with luminol. I wasn't about to. This is the victim's blood? It's a negative? Oh shit. That's kind of scary. It's Edward blood! But how could it have gotten there? Maybe somebody put some with blood on it in there? I think that's all the blood there is to be found. Alright, then that concludes the phase of our investigation. Let's go! Blood in the clothes box can only mean one thing. That is where the body was hidden, I'm certain of it. I wonder who won the box in the auction. I haven't the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery. Now you just hold your horses there. There's no way the body could have been in there. What do you mean? I took a look at that there box when I first got in here. Looked to be just about the perfect size for a little hide and go seek if the need arose. And maybe it would have been if I could have opened it. But it was wrapped in chains and locked up tight, and I ain't no scamapologist. The murder happened just a little after I scoped it out. So can't nobody have put nobody in there. Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? That's odd, because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer. Huh? Well, slap my head and call me silly. Could have swore it was, though. I think we've examined all we can. Great, time to see what's waiting down below. Shaking a leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Say, hey, K-Meister. Yes, Mr. Fender. We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost. Of course, I'll be sure to stay close. When did those two start getting along so well? Okay, just 5 people is bad enough. I knew it! April 5th, 7:43 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence Chamber. Whoa. Miss Edgeworth! This room. This is the auction room? No, this is the committee chamber. Hey. Way to drop right into my lab, K. Faraday. You've got real guts, I'll give you that. Arrest her, man! Arrest her right now! Wait, but she's... As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out into the streets where they belong. You can't do this is going way overboard. Yeah, what she said. Miles, it ain't looking good, I gotta say. See how the building light adjusts its... Yeah! Yo, hey! What did I do? You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain godly ex-prosecutor. You weren't aiming for him, you were aiming straight at me. Some keeps getting in my way. Something. Right there. Francisco. So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kay to be innocent, and we're supposed to care what you believe. You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Francisco Foncama, and have no intention of stopping here on out. But you chose to stop by giving out your badge, and so your game has already come to an end. My badge was an obstacle for proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped. I've simply cleared the way ahead. And now I'm free to follow that road, all the way to the truth. So don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I'm every bit as dedicated as I ever was. I mean, nobody suspected the elevator that came down with this now. You seem to think you know what lies at the end of the road to the truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it. Francisco's current theory. The victim used a key card and entered this chamber with the killer. She was then stabbed with a candelabrum and by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. You know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters he exchanged with the victim. And we know the location of the murder is here in the committee's trial chamber. The blood on the floor of this room proves our theory. Game, set, and match. Miles Edgeworth, QED. She seems pretty confident, huh? She doesn't lack the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. And I gotta say, you can dig that vibe. I couldn't give her a no hard feel. Ah! Pathetic. Well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have found the road to the truth, perhaps you'd be so kind as to point me toward it. I'll be very happy to. Settle in, Francisca. I'm about to pave that road with incontrovertible evidence.
Hold it!
Are you sure that data from the security system is accurate? That data is just like me, perfect in every way. There's no room for doubt on either front. Well, your theory is far from perfect. I suppose I'm not going to change your mind on this so easily, am I? Correct. As I said, the victim entered the room with her killer. She was then stabbed with a candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result.
Hold it!
And stab wounds she sustained are a perfect match with the candelabrum in question. 3 wounds inflicted by metallic spikes of some kind in 3 places simultaneously. Even you have to agree that there aren't many objects that could do that. Furthermore, Grandma Hertz confirmed the murder weapon in her report. Then there's absolutely no doubt in your mind that it was a candelabrum? None whatsoever. And as for the culprit, we know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim.
Hold it!
Have you managed to prove conclusively that the letter found in the victim was sent by Kay? I wasn't aware that there was any doubt on that front. Are you suggesting it was a forgery? Well, if there was any doubt, there isn't any longer. Document analysis turned out nothing. None to suggest that the involvement of anyone other than the sender and the recipient. Or of any forgery. Are you saying that they found Kay's prints? No, only the victims. Well then, how can you say for sure that Kay did the deed? Haven't you been listening? Document analysis found nothing to suggest that the letter was a forgery. Face it, the letter was sent by K. Faraday. A fact that more than adequately proves the identity of the murderer. We know the location of the murder is here in the committee's trial chamber.
Hold it!
You can prove that the murder happened here in the committee chamber, I suppose. A font comma is perfect in every way. Or did you forget that when you had it in your badge? The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match. Miles Edgeworth, QED.
Hold it!
Has the blood been analyzed to see who it belongs to? It has, and unsurprisingly was confirmed to be that of the victim. And has it occurred to you that where it was found may not be where the murder in fact took place? How quickly you forget, Miles Edgeworth. Evidence is everything in the courtroom. So please, present your proof that the murder occurred elsewhere. Or kindly stand down. Prove that the murder occurred elsewhere. This is in the courtroom, but that doesn't mean I can't give her the evidence so she so clearly desires. She makes pretty watertight argument, huh? Perhaps, but she doesn't know what we know. You're right, you've got a certain scientific discovery up our sleeves. And that discovery will show her the road I've found to the truth. Let's go!
Objection!
Oh shit. No? Take a crack at answering your own question before asking others, because in this case, my answer is simply no. Ah, it teaches me not to question myself. Whoa, what you do to upset Fran, big guy? Next time try to hand a swift kick on her before your switch wax ran. Ow! Less of your chatter. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. You don't even suspect the elevator that we came down from. I think I pressed it on the wrong... Yep. Wrong statement again. If I remember correctly, the blood discovered in his room was located at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine, a brazen act, even for a cold-blooded killer. Except that may not be true at all. Take a look at this if you will. It's a bloodstain we discovered in a storm directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through the room door, and the elevator it dripped down from. It descends directly to the foot of the statue. Ah, you noticed, then you agree that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. Put it to you that the victim was killed in the room above, and only afterward was she moved down. The Goddess of Justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed a killer trying to cover their tracks. Why is she smiling? Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miles Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be more foolish than I thought. Miss Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir, and you know it. Youch! Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me, or are you really that airheaded? Even a cursory glance shows that there was far some more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs. Ouch, whipped and ignored again. I wish you could get more. Ow! You're trying to tell me that all that blood dripped down from above, Miles Edgeworth? If it had, your storeroom stain would need to be 10 times as big. I see, the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else. Eh? And insightful as ever. Francisca, but you played right into my hands. How so? You're correct. There is far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why? A trifling detail in the phase of my previous explanation. Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Surely you don't think some spatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, you know? Do you? Whoa, like some crazy fountain of blood? No way. No way indeed. It's completely impossible. So how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amounts of blood observed? There was far more blood in the committee chamber than in the storeroom above because... The weapon was removed here. The victim died of 3 stab wounds that would have bled profusely. Exactly, as proven by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room. But that doesn't make any sense. Not if she was stabbed in the storeroom. You said there wasn't much blood up there already. Ah! Silence, you half-baked, harebrained rookie. Hey, harebrained is a little... Ah! Stab wound bleeds heaviest in a particular point in time. Oh, I know, when the weapon is removed, right? Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber with the candelabrum still in its chest. And then, when it was finally removed, it created the difference in the amount of blood we see between the 2 locations. But why? What was the killer trying to do? I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Ms. Ringer's keycard was used late last night. Judging by the time listed in the record, I'd hazard a guess that it was used by the killer. Then they entered the room to create their elaborate setup. But why would they have needed to do all this in the first place? Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in an investigation. If they were involved with the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed. Underground auction? You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. The items out there tell quite a story. One that should more than explain what was going on here last night. It's almost endearing, Miles Edgeworth, how desperately you want to protect your friend. There's some just beneath the surface of this case, some bigger than all of us. And Kay's only crime was to have the bad fortune to fall right into the middle of it. That's quite the hyperbolic claim. Hyperbolic claim, Miles Edgeworth. Hyperbolic? Me? Surely you're the one making mountain out of my perfectly reasonable molehill. You're working with Interpol on international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why, because this case has something to do with the smuggling ring you've been chasing. You followed the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and wound up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that the something I sense isn't related to any of this. I'm very happy to learn that you've given up your badge and completely relieve you of your senses. Scruffy here told me about the circumstances that led up to that, by the way. Sorry, sir. I just thought it might help, you know. You did the right thing, detective. So am I right, Francisca? Is this incident part of the broader case you're working? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar? Wouldn't you like to know, but you don't need to, so you won't. Then, you know, didn't you, that the auction was being held here in this chamber. Hey, y'all mind if I butt in for a sec? Your victim over there, the lady in the white. You. Hey, let a girl finish, will ya? No good butting and pain in the you know what. Youch! Well, this leopard sure ain't changed her spots. Your testimony is not required, and neither is your presence. What you mean? I'm a journalist. You can't. Ow! You're a liar, is what you are. You lied under oath at one time. Seems like Miss Boncom is none too fond of Miss Hart. I don't think she's her bigger fan now. Was she called Ringer, right? She was a member of this here committee? Well, she's dressed exactly like... Stop it! Stop waking me down! Okay. Secret auction. What is the meaning of this interruption? Miles Edgeworth, explain. Miss Hart here helped us out by describing how the auctioneer was dressed. And it seems they were wearing the exact same outfit as a victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. But that would mean that the victim was also the ringleader. Now, how about we just calm down, sir? seems to have some new information to consider. It's true that it came here to investigate the underground auction and to arrest its head of operation, the auctioneer. But if Miss Hart is to be believed, the ringleader is dead. I guess that means your journey here today was wasted. I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Francisca Fontama, I refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Miles Edgeworth. Fine by me, but you may find your whip will go sorely under ruse this round. Oh my god. Francisca's latest theory. Fine, I accept your little explanation. That'll make the storeroom the actual scene of the crime, yes. In which case, the murderer is someone connected to the auction. And if the photographer is to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendant. The killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place. They then stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabra. There, let's just sum it up because I won't be accepting rebuttals. I'm afraid you might have to. There's a serious hole in your testimony. There is? I didn't spot any. Good thing you're the one in charge here, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright then, time to fight back. You have to win this for us. And I will. Time to take Francisca's testimony to task. Let's go. Francisca's latest theory. Fine, I accept your later explanation. I will make the story of the actual scene of the crime.
Hold it!
You conceded that point rather easily. I can't help but be suspicious. I'm not in the habit of denying facts that are readily supported by the evidence. That's all there is to it. You were able to show that the murder actually took place in the storeroom. In which case, the murderer is someone connected to the auction.
Hold it!
And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? Members of the big building staff were questioned extensively, but none mentioned a secret story. It seems that assistance was known to only a handful of people. And of course, the storeroom was where the items that were to be sold in the auction were being kept. Very good, which suggests a link between knowledge of the storeroom and involvement in the auction. And if the photographer is to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer, and the culprit was an attendee.
Hold it!
So you believe that the victim and the ringleader were one and the same? I do, and the murder was... Why are you asking her this? You just said the exact same thing yourself, dummy. So I did, but I was merely confirming Francisca's reason in order to... Oh, don't give me that horse feed. You get caught saying something stupid, you give a little laugh and move on your day. The murder was one of the auction attendees. What? You don't gun or no to your friends here after a little performance of his? Of course, assuming that our friend, the photographer's words can be trusted. I can't quite tell if they love or hate one another. Anyway, the more relevant point here is how the culprit actually carried out their plan. The killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place.
Hold it!
How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? Miss Hart was in the storeroom too, remember?
Objection!
Yes, hiding someplace. And if you have seen the storeroom yourself, you know that there are plenty of other places to hide too. So you're saying the killer was hiding out of sight while they awaited the victim's arrival. I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded. After all, the victim was the auctioneer herself. So, she would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings. She thinks it happened afterward. Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony, Francisca? I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded.
Hold it!
After the auction had ended, you say. And you're sure of that? If the victim was the auctioneer, I don't see how else it could have happened to you. I mean, she's right. You can't have an auction without an auctioneer. No, you can't, can you? Why does that suddenly feel significant? They then stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabra.
Hold it!
How do you know that the candelabra was one of the auction lots? Because if the murder weapon had been deliberately prepared beforehand, It seems highly unlikely that the killer would have chosen such an unusual object. Furthermore, based on the culprit's movements, the candelabrum could have only come from the store. We did find evidence that showed where it was standing, I guess. Exactly. Therefore, it could only have been something that was up for sale. Not that the issue of where the killer obtained their weapon is really the point here. It's a reasonably coherent explanation of events on the surface for something solved. I need to see if I can tease a little more out of her. The murder took place after. The mask? She still have the mask on her though. Right? This one?
Objection!
No. Words are useless in the face of that whip, Miss Edgeworth. You would just have to present some other evidence instead. Yeah, fine. After the auction. Illicit auction held in big building items on sale were mainly items of police evidence related to homicide cases. Yeah, action continued even after the murder occurred. Sorry. It seems you're one step behind yet again, Francisco. How so? The auctioneer was not in fact the victim, and I can prove it. This is a statement Miss Hart gave us. Well, she made it. It's not worth the air she used to say it. I done told you, I'm a journalist, can't... Dag nabbit, my word is yow! Did I ask you to open your mouth? Double yow!
Objection!
Calm down and listen for a second, Francisca. Miss Hart witnessed at least some of the events around the murder. She confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. You bet it did. Went right on like nothing had happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer? It wouldn't, succeed. The victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. As I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kay can be the murderer. Because she had been pushed down the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then, who was the victim really? Right, well, if the auction carried on after the murder, the victim must not have been the auctioneer, but an attendee. That's enough. I know the sound all too well. Gavel. Order in the courtroom. All rise for the chairman. Oh, there's no need for all that pomp and circumstance, Verity. Please, everyone, feel free to call me Celsius. Yes, that'll do nicely. Alright, Celsius? What are you doing here? Oh, I just stopped by to see how my bone-headed boy was getting along. They say there are all sorts of families, but I'm not sure these two are what they meant. I thought I might need to light a fire under his investigation, but seems not. The suspect everyone's searching high and low for is right back here where we started. Men, detain the suspect immediately. Wait, Miss Faraday is innocent. Shut your meddling mouth. You're becoming something of a problem, Miles, my boy. I thought I told you. The committee wants this matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have our organization be seen to drag us feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me, too. Personally, sorry, it must be my age. Your unlawful investigation ends here, and it will not be permitted to resume. In case you have forgotten, you're no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there is a matter of you aiding and abetting a suspect. She's right, of course, as always. You really are godsend, Verity. Everything I do knowingly. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest, but know this. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person. Miss Faraday was attacked by this person. You can stop right there, Miss Edgeworth. The raincoat in your picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found on the hood, along with some cherry blossom petals. Cherry blossom petals? Like the one on the roof? Yes, they were stuck to the edges of the bloodstains, probably due to the blood being fresh at the time. The results came back already, my boy, so there's no mistaking it. The person in your picture is a victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. What? No, this completely undermines our entire case. All your assumptions were based on the person in a raincoat being the killer. But if they were the victim instead, then K remains at the top of the suspect list. Miss Faraday, you testified to having... Whoa! Oh! Hiraki! Thank you so much! What is it? You're giving way. Konnichiwa! Hello, hello! Thank you so much for the gift sub! Thank you! Thank you, thank you! Good morning! Wait, aren't you working right now, or is it like lunchtime? Miss Faraday, you testified to having encountered a person in red raincoat up on the roof, correct? Yes, I did. We now know that the person was a murder victim, and you are the only person we know who came into contact with her. Since one of you wound up dead, I think we all know how that encounter.
Objection!
No, Kay was attacked by that person. She is a victim here, not the aggressor.
Overruled.
As far as I recall, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked as you claim. And even if such proof existed, Miss Ringer could simply have been acting in self-defense. Well, you just can't jump to conclusions like that. Kay is innocent. But I'm not. Kay? I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remembered something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. It's just a flash, but I remember what I saw now, right when it happened. The murderer, it was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Miss Edgeworth. It was me all along. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer. No, you're not. You can't be. Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. There was a pool of blood. Why was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. It's because I was a killer. Okay, that's not helping. This court recognizes the legitimacy of the accused's memories. What? But you said you didn't believe her like 5 minutes ago. I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. It will not go unrewarded. Praise be to the goddess of justice for her many blessings.
Objection!
The murder is Tsukiti. Okay, one day, okay. Oh yeah, I'll be reading. Yeah. You'll be fine. Like, really. I haven't entered the form yet, so you can still send me your notes. Yeah. I'll totally be reading. As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the suspect... We don't have time for this. We must arrest K. Faraday this instant. How dare you take that tone with me? It's a gross overreach of authority. I remind you that you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful? What could be more unlawful than this? Unfortunately, you no longer speak for the law. Indeed you don't, but I do. And while I can't help but be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with Verity. Speaking of the law, it seems there is one other we must arrest. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. Miles. What are you talking about? Mr. Edward was just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't doing squat. By which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of official capacity. You went too far this time, Mr. Edward. You conducted an unlawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the flight of a suspect. You're no longer an ex-prosecutor. You're a criminal, nothing more. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. There was supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there, concerning your conduct? I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow. Although I fear I already know the outcome. Look at this as an opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles. A chance to really think long and hard. I hate them so much. The court is adjourned. Oh my god, I hate them so much! Okay, let's continue this next time. Oh, I hate them so much. I hate them. I don't know what I can say, but I hate them. Like, very, very much. So, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I really hope you enjoyed this game. I enjoyed it so much, and I really hate those people. Like, the people... I just knew they are very, very involved with the auction, with the underground auction, and it was bad. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the evening on my YouTube channel. I'll be continuing Clair Obscure Expedition 33, and it's gonna be fun. I love that game. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's see, who should I... Oh, shit. I clicked on the wrong button. Aqua is streaming! Okay. I'll be rating him, and please be nice to my friend, okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye. Kiraryoku! Over and out.